Since 1982, Buffalo Wild Wings has been a haven for people who want to watch sports and eat wings. B-Dubs offers an insane number of sauces and dry rubs for their wings, 24 to be exact. We've ranked them from worst to best, so you can plan your visit accordingly. The Buffalo Wild Wings menu states that the buffalo seasoning combines a classic heat and soothing buttery flavor. However, we found that description isn't necessarily true. Because this is a dry rub and not a sauce, there's nothing really buttery about the flavor or the mouthfeel of these wings. They're just dry. When it comes to heat, especially on the spectrum of the chain's other flavor options, these wings just don't deliver. Instead, you are left with the vague flavor of stale Old Bay seasoning with an extra helping of chili powder, as though someone had whispered the phrase buffalo wings in the general vicinity of the spice rub before it was added to some already dry chicken wings. We would recommend skipping this one in the vast majority of scenarios unless you like the flavor of expired spice blends. Don't worry though, there are several better classic buffalo options on the Buffalo Wild Wings menu. Maybe there are some you've yet to try yourself. Blazin is the spiciest sauce on the Buffalo Wild Wings menu, and we've put it in the second worst spot on our list because, unlike the worst option, it does have some flavor. That flavor, however, is not in any way pleasant. Blazin sauce is made with the unrelenting heat of the ghost pepper, and if you've never tried a ghost pepper before, it is not for the faint of stomach or heart. The ghost pepper, or Boot Jolokia, is native to India and clocks in at an average of between 855,000 and 1,041,427 Scoville heat units. By comparison, a jalapeno pepper averages anywhere from 2,500 to 8,000, which means that Blazin sauce is at least 100 times hotter than your average jalapeno. Blazin sauce is, as advertised, extremely hot, but it's the kind of hot that actually hurts. Unless you're in the mood for a side of serious, lingering pain along with your chicken wings, we recommend choosing one of the many other spicy sauces that will leave your taste buds intact.
It's not so bad.
It's more tingly than hot.
Yeah.
Teriyaki wings are a classic example of how the American palate has flattened the idea of Asian flavor into a one-note, overly sweet umami bomb. Buffalo Wild Wings claims that its take on teriyaki is, quote, savory and full-bodied, but it's really just jazzed-up soy sauce. The sauce is on the sweet side. A single serving contains 24 grams of sugar, and this one has absolutely no heat. Even takeout-style Americanized teriyaki sauce usually has hints of garlic and ginger, but both seem to be lacking in the Buffalo Wild Wings version. If you are very averse to spicy foods and really enjoy the taste of sugar and soy, this could conceivably be an option. It does have a nice, sticky texture that works on chicken wings and has the quality of a pleasing glossy finish on the food that teriyaki is known for. But there are better sauces on the menu that accomplish a lot of the same things. The hot barbecue sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings is fine. It's not so hot that it will render you unable to taste anything else for the rest of the day, which is a big leg up on the Blazin sauce. It also has a hint of smoky flavor that gives this sauce just enough of a barbecue flavor to make the name feel legitimate. It's not a bad sauce necessarily, it just isn't a good one either. This sauce tastes mostly like someone just poured hot sauce and a dab of liquid smoke over some chicken wings, which is fine. However, it is not the kind of thing that would make you want to order another round in the same style. If you want something that's one note hot without being overwhelming, hot barbecue might be your thing. But if you want any actual barbecue flavor, go with the honey or sweet barbecue flavors, both of which are decidedly better. Desert Heat is another one of Buffalo Wild Wings' signature dry rubs, so when you order your wings in this style, don't expect them to be dripping with sauce. Instead, the dry rubbed wings are tossed in a spice rub before serving, which should theoretically create a gut punch of pure flavor. Desert Heat is supposedly smoky, sweet, and chili infused, but it's really just seasoning salt, emphasis on the salt. If you prefer your wings dry rubbed, this isn't a terrible choice. But know that you are taking a calculated risk. As is the case with all of the chain's dry rub wings, you're very much at the mercy of the person preparing your batch of wings. If they're generous with the seasoning and toss them well, you might have a decent experience. If you end up with a batch that's not evenly coated, however, you're bound to have a disappointing experience. The honey barbecue sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings is your typical entry-level barbecue sauce. It isn't spicy or boring, but extremely specific. The most prominent flavor here is honey, with the tiniest hints of smoke and spice to justify calling it a barbecue sauce. One of the best things about this sauce is its viscosity. It coats the wings nicely and leaves ample pools for extra dipping, which makes this sauce that much more mouthwatering. But hey, for a truly unadventurous experience, try ordering the honey barbecue sauce on boneless wings. It's a not bad experience reminiscent of dipping chicken nuggets in honey and ketchup. And there is a time and place for that kind of thing. But as a standalone barbecue sauce, we find this one to be lacking when it comes to depth of flavor. It's a little too heavy on the honey, and it isn't bold or savory enough to satisfy a true craving for barbecue. This is more barbecue light, the kind of thing that a child might like. Every once in a while, Buffalo Wild Wings comes out with a limited edition wing sauce. Jammin Jalapeño was one such sauce, and when it was taken off the menu, fans responded with a Change.org petition over 1,400 signatures strong. Well, guess what? The fans won, and the sauce was named as a permanent addition to the Buffalo Wild Wings menu in 2019. What an amazing victory! The sauce seems like a riff on pepper jelly, with supposed notes of tequila and lime that give it a sort of southwestern vibe. There is no doubt that it made a huge impression, and we would be remiss not to put it on the list. Although this sauce has a rabid fan following, we found the flavor profile to be pretty unbalanced. The tartness of the lime takes center stage here, and it's more like a lime jalapeno glaze than a proper wing sauce which packs a punch. However, the tequila is entirely lost in the shuffle. We could not taste it at all. There is a good bit of heat, so it makes sense that fans of the sweet heat flavor have rallied around this sauce. More power to them. If you like the taste of salt and vinegar potato chips, then you will probably enjoy Buffalo Wild Wings salt and vinegar seasoning. While this isn't strictly speaking a dry rub, it's similar in that this isn't a sauce but a dry mixture that the wings are tossed in. The vinegar really comes to the forefront here, and there also seems to be some black pepper and a bit of garlic powder in the mix. It's tangy, bold, and overall a pretty pleasant seasoning blend. If you want a classic buffalo wing experience, however, you should look elsewhere on the menu. Salt and vinegar seasoning is a serious departure from most of Buffalo Wild Wings' other options. Our biggest hesitation with this one is that it actually tastes better on fries than it does on chicken wings. While that isn't strictly speaking a bad thing, it does knock this wing down significantly in our rankings. Sweet barbecue is our favorite of the 3 barbecue sauce options on the Buffalo Wild Wings menu. It's less one note than either the hot or honey barbecue varieties and has a flavor profile that most closely approximates a proper barbecue sauce, though it will miss the mark for those who like their barbecue on the tangy, smoky side. This one is rich and definitely sweet, but a tomato-forward flavor and perceptible garlic and spices help sweet barbecue achieve a better sense of balance than some others. It is trying to be a gateway barbecue flavor, and it does it well. It's not the best thing you could order, but it's also not the worst. This sauce understands the flavor profile that barbecue-flavored things are associated with. If you feel like having something barbecue-flavored, this is one of the better choices you can make. However, it is, as we've said, an approximation of barbecue and not the real thing. If you want a really good barbecue, we recommend going somewhere that doesn't specialize in buffalo sauce. Wild is the second hottest sauce on the Buffalo Wild Wings menu. Compared to the mouth-searing Blazin sauce, the chain's namesake Wild sauce is actually significantly less spicy, but that doesn't make it any less tasty. It is possible to actually enjoy your dining experience when you order your wings wild, which cannot be said for all of Buffalo Wild Wing sauces all the time. Wild wings will be hot, but not painfully so. There are some other flavors beyond pure heat going on here, in particular a pleasant smoky flavor. This is definitely for people who want to actually taste their food and have a good time while eating. However, you're still getting something that leans on heat when you order this sauce. It lacks true nuance, and is bested by the more traditional variations on buffalo sauce when it comes to achieving true wild wing perfection. Unfortunately, there is not enough going on here, other than a tolerably high heat level, to give Buffalo Wild Wings wild sauce a higher place on our list. If you do want to maximize heat without going into a ghost pepper meltdown, this is your best bet. Considering that the chain is literally called Buffalo Wild Wings, you might be surprised to learn that original buffalo sauce was not introduced until 2019. The sauce was rolled out alongside the re-release of the brand's improved, juicier boneless wings. VP of Brand Menu and Culinary, Jamie Carawan, said that he was trying to create the type of buffalo sauce he had once tried, quote, before it was mainstream. Buffalo sauce only really requires 3 ingredients: a good classic hot sauce, butter, and garlic powder. Vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, and cayenne pepper are also often added to create the signature zippy tang that's a hallmark of this New York-based wing style. The B-Dub's take on classic buffalo sauce is pretty good, but it has a slightly artificial flavor that knocks it down a peg from the best versions. It doesn't taste like there's quite enough real butter in it, so the sauce is a little stickier than would be ideal. Medium wings sit squarely in the middle of our ranking of Buffalo Wild Wing sauces, which makes them very true to their name. The chain claims that this is classic wing sauce, comfortably hot, and they aren't wrong. However, like the original buffalo flavor, this one lacks the velvety mouthfeel we expect from a really good classic wing sauce, which is disappointing. It does, however, have a good amount of heat for someone who is looking neither for blistering nor mild. It coats the wings well, and it lends a pleasing sheen to both bone-in and boneless wing varieties.
Who wants to eat some delicious chicken wings and get crazy?
Chicken wings?
If you want a wing sauce that isn't too exciting and is squarely in the middle of the road, this is the sauce for you. We think it is a little better than the original buffalo, but not by much. In fact, there is a surprisingly little difference between them. Medium is a little bit less tangy than the original buffalo, and therefore has a slightly more well-rounded flavor profile. The Asian Zing wing sauce accomplishes a lot of what the teriyaki sauce was trying to do, but this sauce does it better. Did you really want Chinese takeout of the greasy Americanized variety? Perhaps some General Tso's chicken, but you somehow ended up at a Buffalo Wild Wings location instead? Asian Zing is the sauce for you. It does perhaps the best job of combining sweet and spicy flavors within the middle tier of heat levels. It's hot enough to make you feel something, but not so hot that it has you reaching for the blue cheese dip after every bite. The sweetness is present, but not overpoweringly so. You can actually taste some garlic, some ginger, a hint of soy applied with a cautious hand. There is some decent balance of flavors with this sauce. These wings are about as good as the best mediocre takeout, which is to say they're pretty good. If you're looking to deviate from more standard buffalo-style wings, it's worth giving Asian Zing a try. The Chipotle BBQ seasoning from Buffalo Wild Wings is another dry rub option, and it's arguably the most successful seasoning if you are looking for something that tastes pretty much like a standard hot wing, minus the sauce. It arguably has the most authentic barbecue flavor, even more than any of the actual barbecue sauce options. The natural smoky flavor of roasted chipotle peppers really comes through, and it has a good amount of heat without drowning out the rest of the flavors. This is overall one of the most well-balanced offerings on the menu, and the dry rub coats the wings pretty well. However, it doesn't have the most pleasant texture. If they could figure out a way to combine the melt-in-your-mouth qualities of the salt and vinegar seasoning with the flavor profile of Chipotle BBQ, that would be a serious contender for one of the top spots on our list. Out of the 5 dry rub and seasoning options offered by Buffalo Wild Wings, the lemon pepper seasoning is, in our opinion, the best of that bunch. There's also a sauce, if that raises your interest. It isn't a classic hot wing flavor, and the only hint of spice comes from the cracked black pepper, which is to say this seasoning isn't by any stretch of the imagination spicy. That being said, the lemon pepper seasoning is a solid option for those who want crisp, flavorful wings without the heat. Like with the salt and vinegar seasoning, you would be remiss not to order an extra side of the spice blend to put on your fries or onion rings if you want to get really crazy. But unlike salt and vinegar seasoning, this seasoning blend is actually best on the bone-in chicken wings. It's bright and pleasantly lemony, not too salty, and as an added bonus, you can still dip it in a sauce if you want to kick things up a notch. It should come as no surprise to anyone that a chain that specializes in serving up classic hot wings does a pretty solid job with its classic hot sauce. It's one of the best of the buffalo sauces offered at Buffalo Wild Wings, with a completely reasonable amount of heat balanced out by a hint of sweetness, a little bit of vinegary zing, and just the right amount of salt and pepper. It has a better texture than most of the other traditional sauces, and it works equally well on both boneless and bone-in wings. It's also good on B-dubs tenders, fries, onion rings. We can confirm that it's even good on salad on the rare, bizarre occasions when one orders a salad at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is a versatile sauce, and that's why we give the classic hot sauce such high marks on our list.
I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago.
Let's get one thing out of the way right off the bat. The Thai curry sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings does not taste like authentic Thai curry. This is more like a wing sauce that has been heavily inspired by Thai curry, and it combines the best of both worlds to create something that is truly unique. There is a solid amount of heat, but it isn't the kind that's going to leave your lips buzzing long after you're finished eating. Coconut milk lends both sweetness and a rich mouthfeel that helps to balance out the heavy spices that give this curry its signature flavor. On the downside, the texture is a little bit too thick and can sometimes be a bit gritty, but it's still one of the most interesting options on the menu at B-dubs. Thai curry wings are definitely not for everyone, but if you like curries in general, you will probably enjoy these. The spicy garlic sauce on the menu at Buffalo Wild Wings is exactly what it claims to be, spicy and garlicky. This sauce is heavier on the spice than it is on the garlic, and since garlic is itself a spicy food, what you get when you order this option is layers of heat that end up working really well together. On the front end, you get a tart, sharp heat with all of the qualities of a good standard hot wing sauce. After that initial bite, you're hit with the lingering, steady heat from the bold garlic that paints the backdrop of this sauce. It isn't the best garlic-forward option on the menu. We like the Parmesan garlic sauce a bit better, but if you can't decide between hot and pungent, then you won't go wrong by ordering this sauce. And just to note, this is another sauce that's also great to pour on top of fries and onion rings. In an unexpected turn of events, mild is our favorite of the classic buffalo-style sauces on the menu at Buffalo Wild Wings. If you happen to be dining with picky children or adults who are convinced that they don't like spicy foods, order some mild wings and let the magic begin. This sauce is delightfully creamy and has a rich, velvety mouthfeel that plays well with the tomato-forward flavor profile. While this sauce is, as the name suggests, mild, it is not completely devoid of heat like the teriyaki or honey barbecue. There is the gentlest suggestion of spice, the kind that will have even the most cautious eaters curious to see if they might in fact want a little more. But you don't need it. Even those who generally order on the wilder end of the spectrum are likely to find themselves surprised by how good mild sauce is.
You guys are really hungry.
Considering the fact that it was initially rolled out as part of a chicken-free appetizer, it might come as somewhat of a surprise that this relative newcomer to the menu is so high on our list. But trust us on this one, it's good. Buffalo Wild Wings released their new Smoky Adobo sauce in March 2020 as a component of its Dirty Dubs Tots, an order of tater tots loaded with smoked pulled brisket, grilled onions, hatch chili queso, pickled jalapenos, and a host of other toppings, including the sauce. We love this one because it proves that B-Dubs is capable of making a really good barbecue sauce. It has a perfect balance of smoky, sweet, sweet and spicy flavors that pair particularly well with the brand's boneless wings, but is honestly delicious added to everything on the menu from burgers to bone-in wings. If you're a barbecue lover, we definitely recommend giving this sauce a try. On the tail of the epic fast food chicken sandwich battles of summer 2019, Buffalo Wild Wings released its Nashville Hot sauce, along with a fried chicken sandwich designed to rival the cult favorite sandwiches from Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. While the B-Dub sandwich, which included beer-battered chicken topped with Napa slaw, chilies, pickles, and ranch on a hollow roll, didn't make headlines, the resulting sauce remains one of the best new additions to the Buffalo Wild Wings menu. It has just the right amount of heat to make it hot rather than spicy, with just a touch of sweetness and a less vinegar-forward flavor profile than the Buffalo-inspired line of sauces. While the sandwich is good, Nashville Hot Wings are the way to go. With its versatile taste combinations and lessened aftertaste, these are the perfect game day wings. You will probably want to order an extra side of ranch or blue cheese since the Nashville hot sauce practically begs for a rich and creamy counterpart. The creamy, cheesy Parmesan garlic sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings is beloved by many for a reason. It is delicious, a real diversion from the spice-heavy options on the menu. Parmesan garlic is what it says it is, a buttery Parmesan cheese sauce infused with garlic and black pepper. The two flavors work so well together that it beat out more than 20 other flavors on our list. The sauce is both very garlicky and very Parmesan forward, without one flavor dominating the other, which is a true feat of culinary strength when you're dealing with two such strong flavors. The texture is creamy and rich, but not goopy. It's delicious on everything you can get at B-Dubs, but wings especially, and in second place, onion rings. You're not looking for heat when you order these, you're looking for an umami bomb of cheesy deliciousness. Even if you're skeptical about this sauce, we recommend that you try it at least once. It is a little better on traditional wings than it is on boneless, but choose whatever sounds best to you. The Caribbean jerk sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings does not pack the same mouth-numbing punch as some authentic jerk chicken does, but it's still an extremely good sauce, especially on the boneless wings. It's not a particularly spicy option, it's only the 7th spiciest sauce on the chain's heat scale, but the complexity of flavor earns this sauce the number 2 spot on our list. The heat that is present comes primarily from the ginger, which packs a serious punch, and is offset by the sauce's sticky sweetness and bright background notes. Of all the sweet wing sauces that B-Dub serves up, this one is hands down the best option. It is also a good option if you're dining with kids or teens who are just starting to get a little bit more adventurous with their eating. And since it is totally not devoid of heat, there is a strong chance that everyone at your table will get some enjoyment out of an order of Caribbean jerk wings. Most of the sauces on the menu are either good at being very spicy or good at being sweet, and it's pretty rare to find one that hits a perfect equilibrium between the two. Buffalo Wild Wings Mango Habanero is that uncommon sauce that perfectly blends the two flavors to create what is unquestionably the best sauce to order on the menu at B-Dubs. There are the sweet and tart notes from the mango that create a subtle but refreshing background for the heady kick of habanero peppers that gives this sauce enough heat to make it the 3rd spiciest sauce on the menu. It's hot, and you might even break a sweat while you're eating mango habanero wings, but it won't be unpleasant. The rest of the ingredients create a bed of flavor to carry you through the hotter bites. You'll reach for your creamy sauce of choice more often than not, and the veggie sticks that accompany your wings will be a welcome respite from the addictive heat that will have you ordering another round even though your lips are buzzing and you're already full. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite restaurant chains are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.